just quickly doing how to make a failover scope within Core Edition of Server 2016. So the first thing, before I create the failover scope, because I've already created one, I need to know what the name is. So I'm going to, so that I can add this new scope to this already created failover. So I'm just going to get the DHCP server v4 failover, so I know what it's called. So I've got the name up there, which is the name I'm going to use, and I know it's load balancing already. Okay, so I'm going to add a new scope for this to copy across. So DHCP server v4 scope. I'm going to give it a name, which I'm going to, at this point, I'm just going to use virtually the same. I'm just going to use it as a class C rather than a class A. So start range 192.166.121.1. End range is the same as last time, or I will make the same as last time, and the subnet mask so I've created a new one. Let's just double check it's there. So I can see it's there, and I'll just quickly show that it's not on my other one. So I'm going to just go over here to my DHCP. I'm just going to drag that across so it's easier to see. And at the moment, I've just got the one scope. Even if I refresh, I've got no other scopes. So what I'm going to try to do is get the 192 one onto here as well. So I'm just going to, now that I've got those, I'm going to start adding the DHCP server v4 failover scope this time. So I need the name, which is the lbad.itsupport.net/lb/DNS. I need the computer name. Oops, I've forgotten to close those brackets. There we go. The computer name, which is the computer which it's on, so not the computer it's going to. So I'm going to use the fully qualified domain name, which is just LTDNS, which is this computer. And the last thing I need is the scope ID. If I can spell scope ID. And I'm just going to press enter. And hopefully that has copied across. So I'm just going to minimize this, go back onto here, refresh. I'm going to try closing it and reopening it. Sometimes it takes a second. Oh, it's going to suddenly decide to shut down. Okay, I'll just restart it up. It's lovely when it suddenly decides to do that. I think it's probably because it ran out of memory on this laptop. It's not that powerful a laptop. Okay. And I'll just wait for that. While that's doing that, I'll just have a look back on that, and we can see that the scope IDs are now both of those, rather than what they were at the start, which is the scope ID was just for 10.166.1 1.21.0. Now it's for both 10.166.121 and 192.166.121.0. Right, let's just see. Right, that's back up. Let's just put in the password. And server manager is just coming up. And we'll come back onto DHCP. Open it up, IPv4, and scroll across, and you can now see that there's both ones. Okay, and that's how you configure failover on Server Core Edition.